I feel like everybody talks about the entire movie in the trailer problem, but not enough people are talking about the tone of the trailer problem. Hi, my name is Aleisa, and this has been bothering me for years, so I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. I'm gonna be talking about a few movies where I feel that the trailer either directly caused or contributed to the commercial failure of a movie. Let's get started. The first movie I want to talk about is going through a bit of a renaissance period right now, which I'm so here for because that movie is chef's kiss. I don't know if it's because it was put on streaming or what, but it's back. Jennifer's Body. Jennifer's Body is a 2009 horror comedy written by Diablo Cody, directed by Karen Kusama, and starring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. That is a mouthful. The story follows Needy recounting how one evening changed her relationship with her best friend Jennifer Check forever, and it's a spooky good time. Diablo Cody has come out to talk about how this movie was specifically written for teenage girls, and it's about how being a teenage girl is awful, okay? Now, the advertising executives at wherever this movie was produced missed the memo. If you've seen Jennifer's Body, you know that the famous scene in the movie is a same-sex kiss between Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. Now, the advertising people really latched on to that sequence and milked it for every drop it was worth, marketing the movie to men. It doesn't take a genius to figure out why a movie aimed at teenage girls may not be what older men want to see, and that's where the failure of this movie came in. The trailer of this movie really focused on the same-sex kissing scene and marketed it towards men. Now, when all the people that this was marketed for went to see this film, they didn't exactly like it because they were under the guise that this was going to be one of those sexy movies like Wild Things, but it was not. It was in fact about, again, how being a teenage girl is awful. So a lot of the reviews, I haven't read them in a long time, but a lot of the reviews were people being like, hey, this isn't what I signed up for, like this movie's trash, blah, 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 blah. I get it. It just wasn't for you. Overall, the tone of the trailer was, hey, here's a sexy movie about two women kissing, but the actual plot of the movie is, here's a story for teenage girls. You can see how that didn't add up. The second movie I want to talk about is Magic Mike. Listen, hear me out. Magic Mike is a semi-biographical story of Channing Tatum's time as a stripper in Florida, directed by Steven Soderbergh, who is so good at writing male friendships, and that's a video I'm going to make later about the importance of non-hypermasculine friendships in media. But I digress. Now, the trailer for Magic Mike is obviously a roaring good time, abs, objectifying men, silly, goofy, fun time for women, right? And then when you go in to see Magic Mike 1, it's a deep character study on the character of Mike. This is not a bad thing because, spoiler alert, strippers are people too. However, when you see this trailer, you're going in thinking this is just going to be stripping the entire time. No plot, just vibes. But it wasn't. Now, the problem was definitely fixed in Magic Mike 2, which is the superior Magic Mike movie and one of my favorite movies of all time, and it is my comfort movie. It's a great time. The trailer for Magic Mike 2 much better matches the tone of the film Magic Mike 2. So much so that the trailer for Magic Mike 2 was literally just stripping, and then it ends with "You're welcome." What can I say except you're welcome? Sorry, I wanted to. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, just because the trailer wasn't great doesn't mean that the movie's not great. I agree. You are correct. The point I'm making is that the trailer should match the tone of the movie so that your perception of the movie matches going in. Because the next movie that I'm going to talk about really exemplifies this. Finally, White Boy Rick. Oh my god, hold on, I gotta look up who directed White Boy Rick. I need to start scripting my videos. White Boy Rick is the 2018 American crime drama directed by Yan Demange. I apologize for mispronouncing that. Written by Andy Weiss, Logan Miller, and Noel Miller. No, Noah Miller. Noel Miller is not affiliated with White Boy Rick. It is a true story of the youngest FBI informant in history, Richard Wersch Jr., who became an informant at the age of 14. When you watch the trailer for White Boy Rick, it is action-packed, fast-paced, even funny, and all the while in the background there's an 80s synthwave track. So you're going into this thinking, okay, this is gonna be a Wolf of Wall Street. This is gonna be an Ocean's movie. This is gonna be like a real fun time. You'd be wrong. When I went in to go see White Boy Rick, it was a slow burn drama. Like I was discussing before, does this mean that White Boy Rick is a bad movie? Not particularly, it's all right. But the perception you had going in is that it's a completely different movie than what you thought it was going to be. So this is ultimately going to affect how you feel about the movie. So a lot of people did think that White Boy Rick was a bad movie because they were like, hey, this isn't what was advertised, so this movie's terrible. Not entirely the case, which is why I'm saying the trailer should match the tone of the film, or else you're gonna have a lot of really confused theater patrons wondering what happened here. I mentioned Wolf of Wall Street a second ago. That is a trailer where the tone absolutely matches the chaos of the movie. It's just, Black Skinhead by Kanye West is playing. It's a lot of like jump cuts and a lot of debauchery and a lot of nonsense. You got Leonardo DiCaprio, so of course everybody's gonna go see it. In conclusion, I want film companies to be more mindful of the tone of the trailer matching the tone of the movie, just to keep it cohesive so that we are managing audience expectations when they're going in to see the movie. Because how unfortunate for Diablo Cody and Karen, oh god, what's her name? I need to start scripting things. Hold on. Karen Kusama. The marketing of a film is important. It sets audience expectations for what they're expecting when they go to watch this movie. These are 3 examples of movies where the trailer didn't match what the movie was, whether it be in content or in the tone, where people ultimately left disappointed. Now, we might get lucky and other movies will have renaissance periods like Jennifer's Body, but most of them don't. For example, another one that's having a renaissance right now is The Road to El Dorado, the superior animated film and one of DreamWorks' best. It was too ahead of its time. That movie came out in 2000. It came out 21 years ago. Oh my god, it came out 21 years ago. And it's only now that people are starting to realize that The Road to El Dorado was such a great movie. So not every movie is gonna have the luck that The Road to El Dorado or the luck that Jennifer's Body has. While there are many trailers that show the entire movie in the trailer, which is a whole other problem. Actually, I want to talk about that for a second. I think that the best movie trailers are the movie trailers that show the beginning of the movie up until the inciting incident and then it stops. If you don't know what the inciting incident is, according to John Truby, the author of The Anatomy of Story, the inciting incident is the point in the story where the protagonist's world changes. Advertising executives, please, I need you to get better at audience analysis. And if you need somebody to do that, I have a master's degree in communications. Hit your girl up. That's my rant for the day. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one where I rant about some other thing that I'm passionate about. Thank you and have a great rest of your day. See you later.